We've got that mommy magic. The Mother Show on Magic 89.9.
9:16 is the time. Welcome back to the Mother Show on Magic 89.9. My name is Riki.
I'm Andi.
And we have with us our guests for today. They happen to be brother and sister. They are...
It's amazing how they can work together.
I know. So they're 2 out of 3 of the founders of the AIDE app, in case you already have that on your phone, AIDE APP.
If not, download it.
Yes.
So you know what we're talking about.
Yes. So we have with us Pamela, Donato, and Patrick Bugayong with us. Hey, guys.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
How are you doing today? How was traffic?
Good. Not bad for us since we are from the Katipunan, Ortigas area.
Oh, so not bad.
Yeah, we're the North people.
The North people. Okay, so you had no trouble getting here.
Yeah.
No Carmageddon. But welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being with us today. First of all, congratulations on 3 years
Yes.
of the AIDE app.
Thank you. It's again like it's a toddler for us. So it's a little baby boy or girl, I guess. So yeah, thank you for having us too.
So does it feel like 3 years?
It feels like 10.
Feels like 10.
No, but having a startup, it's really like it's a leap of faith. So every day waking up, it's either we're very happy going home or very tired or sad. But it's always like just having a baby, a toddler. I think it's just typical for moms. Or
And it's 24/7 because, like you said, it's an app,
24/7.
right?
Yes. So there's no sleep for the both of us.
For 3 years now.
For 3 years from our eye bags. I think thank you, Dad, for giving us our eye bags. But it's also because of AIDE.
Wow.
We feel very fulfilled as well because we are able to. We know that we are making the lives of a lot of Filipinos easier.
Yes.
That's true.
Especially a lot of moms out there.
Yeah. See, I know Sab Magalona is a huge believer in this app.
Yeah.
Iya Villania as well. When
I think
Leon was
Crystal
born.
Bella also, right? I think she got
talaga?
Yeah.
Yeah, galing. Okay, so if you haven't had the app yet, go ahead and download it now. It'll only take a few minutes, and then you scroll through all of the products and the services that they have. Can you tell us how you came up with this? Because you're both in different fields, correct?
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. It was one Sunday family get together.
Okay.
The topic of our discussion at that time was really the health of our Lola.
Okay.
I remember that. She just underwent a major surgery and we wanted to give her a nurse or a caregiver.
Those are so hard to come by.
Right. So we couldn't find one. We were having a difficult time. It was during that time that Uber was also, in all these other applications were out there.
Okay.
So we thought, isn't there an app? Isn't there any app wherein we can just book for a doctor or a caregiver or a nurse and bring them to the homes? So that's how it came about. That's when the idea was born.
Nice. Okay,
So one Sunday, right?
just one random Sunday.
So, we all have these random talks on Sundays.
Yeah.
And, we have, like, ideas. But what made you...
Act on it?
Yeah, act on it, diba?
Well, right after that, we did a lot of surveys and validations.
Okay.
So we did talk to, of course, a lot of our friends. We consulted some mentors.
I think that was the important part, right?
Yeah.
So doing this leap of faith, you have to stand on the shoulders of giants, they always say. So we had to get a great mentor for us. And then he's a lean startup mentor here in the Philippines.
Okay.
And he's actually the one who guided us through the initial part of AIDE. So when we did our validation studies, when we knew that people needed this app, that's when we started developing it. And then we placed all of our effort in it. And now after 3 years, we're here in the Mother Show.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about, so you're 3 founders,
Yes.
right? And you're all siblings.
Yes.
Can you tell us your background?
Sure. So I graduated from medical school in UST, helped out in Cardinal Santos and other hospitals as well. So my background is more of health, and since I'm a doctor, so that's my background.
Yeah.
My sister, my ate, came from. Maybe you should explain.
Yeah, I was a former banker.
Okay.
I was in the banking industry for 16 years.
Wow.
Doing sales and customer relations. So here in AIDE, I am I'm the COO, so I'm in charge of the operations side, and I talk to customers.
Okay.
Yeah, so our brother, my kuya, he was in finance for a good 12 or 14 years. And then he's now our CEO. He's also the head of our business development as well as our accounting team. So it's just like putting all three of our heads together.
Yeah.
And, it came out that AIDE was the product of the three heads.
So working, in a startup, building it from the ground up, is it... No, no, it's not. Describe. I was going to say describe, and Pam's here shaking her head.
Because how was the first few years, or maybe the first few months? I mean,
I remember starting in a small room, or before we were in pajamas, having dinner, and then that's when we meet. And then suddenly our dad said, we have to get an office. We have to start paying rent. So October of 2016, so that's 3 years ago, we got our first office. It was a small room. And then our first patient, we celebrated like it was our 100,000th patient.
Wow.
We had beer, we went everywhere, and we were like, yeah, one patient. So it was, at the first 3 months, we had around 3 requests a month.
Okay.
And we had around 100 patients, and we had around 200 medical professionals who believed in us. And we were thinking, at least people trust us now, right? So it's time for us to give them what they need. So every year, we started improving the app. So this is our third version of the app.
Okay.
Based on all of our data. And now, from, I think, our first patient in October, we now have 140,000 patients.
Wow.
So, and then from our first 200 medical professionals, now we have around 4,000 medical professionals.
Wow.
So it's always that, right? So there's always that growth. At the start, it was fun. But every time we grew, it became more stressful. But again, it was still fun. Working beside my ate and my kuya.
Yeah.
That's such a great experience.
Yeah, because not a lot of families get along. I mean, when you have businesses. I mean, friends pa nga lang, di ba, nag-aaway na. What more family?
Yeah. I think it works because they come from different backgrounds. And so they don't feel the need to like compete. Instead, they'll complement each other.
Yeah, we don't step on each other's toes.
Yeah.
We trust each other's expertise.
Yeah. I think that's
cool.
very important also.
Yeah. It's a good thing it worked. It worked.
And actually, we never fought anyway. Yeah, we never fought.
Tapa.
When we were kids, if we have some problems, we like drinking. So we just have a good glass of milk since it's in the morning.
I wonder how you guys were raised. Because,
That's a good question.
Diba?
Yeah, what are your parents like?
We really grew up very close.
Okay.
We never really had, we never really fought.
No.
Maybe, just maybe some minor disagreements, but we're very close with our parents. We love to travel when we were young. My mom was a stay-home mom.
Okay.
My dad worked, but we never felt his
Absence.
He would always be in all our school activities.
Oh.
We'd spend
No, I think
summers
it also starts with the startup. So he was there when we were young. He was there during the start too. So he was our chairman for the first year.
Really?
So we don't like fighting even outside of work, especially in work when we have meetings and our chairman or our dad is there looking over us.
Oh.
So it's like, okay, no one say anything. Dad is
he's
watching.
the boss.
Dad's watching.
Dad's watching. No one don't mention anything first. Maybe we could talk after Dad leaves. No, but Dad would take control, and now he's retired. So. He's our chairman emeritus. So
Oh, nice.
So he just watches over us now. Yeah.
Galing.
There's a lot of respect. So
Yeah, there's so much respect for our
contrary
dad.
to what others say that your siblings are gonna it's not gonna work out well. But really, every day it's fun. It's fun working with my brothers.
Yeah.
They bully me because I'm the only
Girl.
Our other sister is is abroad.
Yeah.
But it's been fun.
That's like a dream team right there.
Siblings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're going to work with people, might as well work with family.
Yeah,
But you got to get along with them.
I think that was
Yeah.
one thing, right? So one of the people were asking, like one of the investors were saying, what makes you different from other startups? I think it's
sige.
really the family. Like you can't split us apart. There's no going anywhere else. Some startups founders are from different backgrounds and different families. We are a family before the startup.
Yeah.
So even after the startup becomes a success, or even if it fails, hopefully not, we will still be a family, and no investor, nothing can stop us from actually being like supporting each other. So I think every investor's like, oh yeah, they're a package deal, no doubt. So then no one's gonna be like, no, I'm leaving. So
yeah, no one's gonna have like any upper hand whatsoever because it's all teamwork.
Yes.
I love that. If you guys are just tuning in, we have Patrick and Pamela, 2 out of 3 of the founders of that AIDE app that you have heard so much about. Can you like quick rundown of all of their services, all of your services?
Yeah, or what's the first service that you started with?
Oh, great.
The doctor visit.
Oh,
Doctor
okay.
visit.
So it doesn't matter how old you are.
We have pediatricians,
Okay.
so we can also cater to younger kids, definitely.
Yes.
We have OB-GYNs, we have IMs, GPs, family medicine doctors.
Yeah.
So we started with doctor visits, followed by nursing care. So under nursing care, we have the caregivers, the midwives, and then the nurses.
Galing.
Followed by
the labs.
the laboratories. We can send our med technicians, our phlebs, to your homes to extract
Blood.
And then the PTs.
Yes, physical therapists. We now have medicine delivery as well. Yes. So
Yeah. The funny thing is, when we started this, validation showed that people wanted animal care there too. So we started during our first year with vets and pet grooming.
Oh, wow.
But now it's on hold.
Yeah.
It's sad, but we just have to focus a lot on our efforts and the other services currently.
for humans.
Yeah, for
For
humans.
humans.
Oh, and then
the
now
human race.
we just released our wellness service.
There's a wellness
yeah, we
service.
have a DNA analysis. Life Score tells you your risk of developing chronic diseases in the next 10 years.
Wow.
And also we have personal coaches, fitness for the house.
No way.
So we just opened our wellness section last week. So DNA analysis,
Congratulations.
thank you. DNA analysis is one of the more exciting ones.
Tell us about DNA analysis. What does that do?
Well, you book it on the app, and we bring you a kit where you get a cotton swab, and
Okay. Yeah.
we send it out to one of our partnered labs in Hong Kong. And then it tells you everything about your diet, what exercise you should do, the optimal wellness for you. And then one of the kits will also tell you every disease, hereditary disease that you might have.
What?
So
I don't know if I want to know that. Yeah. I don't know if I want to know that.
I'm there at that point, but I think
But you
just
kind
to
of you want to
right?
know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Before it happens, you just want to know how to prevent it. Right?
Yes.
So it tells you 36 reports about cancer, all the things you can pass to your kid. And then it will also tell you every drug like medicine that you might have an aversion to. So it's 99.9% accurate. It's the most comprehensive DNA test in the world.
And if you don't mind, like, what is the price range for like those kits that you have?
For the kits, our lowest price range is around. Currently, we're in introductory price, so it's 10% off for everyone. So it's around 8,000 pesos.
Okay.
That comes with shipping, with consultation from a health coach.
And again, this can all be done.
On the app.
Via app,
Yep.
yeah.
So all you have to do is just sit down and book, and then wait for our med rep to go to you, and then wait for the results after a few weeks. Because
We are so spoiled.
yeah, exactly. Right?
This is true.
Yeah. So we're in the age that everyone goes to us now.
Yeah.
So we don't go anywhere.
So it must be. How did you initially introduce this concept to medical professionals? Like, how do you say, okay, I'm developing something. Do you want to come on board?
Yeah. So when we started this, I just told my fellow doctors, like, we're coming up with something like a digital clinic for you guys.
Yeah.
And then, do you think it's gonna work, or do you think you like it? So they were like, hey, that's pretty cool. So especially for young doctors, we don't have the money to build our clinic yet. So they started with us, built their practice through AIDE, and I remember doing this sign-up sessions in a restaurant, just the 3 founders, and we were waiting the whole day, and 3 medical professionals arrived for the sign-up session, and we were happy.
Okay.
For 3 to just sign up with us for after 12 hours of waiting in our restaurant. And then we did it again the next day, and then 12 came. And then we did it again the following day, and then 20 came.
What was that? You just sent it out there now?
We did Facebook
That's awesome,
groups.
yeah.
Meet us
And
in the
then,
restaurant.
we have a sign-up session here. We are a new app. It's a digital clinic. You could get patients through home service. And nurses, PTs, and doctors started going.
Are these first few doctors still with you until today?
A few have built their practice already. They've given us their thank you. Now we build up with the younger, newer doctors, new specialists. So a few of them are. Yeah. Our first nurse is still with us. She's now our quality assurance head.
Okay.
Wow.
She signed up with us. And hi, Ma'am Annabelle.
Yeah, they're very happy with AIDE because, outside their clinic hours, they can do house calls.
Yes.
Other things.
So let's say they're done with the 3 to 5 p.m. Duty in the hospital. Then maybe at 6 p.m., 7 p.m. there's a patient in need of a checkup near his place where he lives.
Yes.
Then he can just drop by and check on the patient.
Yeah, because I out of curiosity, I tried this app before because I was feeling a little, scratchy throat. You're about to come down with like a cold or a cough. So I was like, AIDE app. Let's see what kind of doctors I can attract. So anyway, I was able to schedule one for like 2 hours later, which is a pretty good time, right? Considering that you need somebody to look at you right away. So that was I really enjoyed that. That it was very fast and you could actually do it right away on the same day. You don't have to schedule anything. Whoever's free, that's how it works, right? Yeah. Whoever's free nearby, they can come see you.
Right. I think that's why a lot of moms also love AIDE because they were saying that, with the responsibilities at home and at work, it's so hard to bring your kids to the doctor or to the hospital.
Yeah,
or even your aging parents.
Yeah. Yes.
Even just because lately epidemics have been popping up, right? So during the dengue, we still are in the dengue epidemic. Our doctors were almost on call almost every day. And our med techs because we have a dengue kit that can tell you if you have dengue in 10 minutes.
You also have the dengue kit?
Yes. So it comes with... if you want, it comes with a CBC with platelet count, and it comes with urinalysis. So at least if it's negative, you could find out in the next few hours if it's really a bacteria or a virus or something else, right? So the dengue kit was our number one in the past few, and we would just give it out. We would just like, come on. I think even for family members, when you're sick, at least in 10 minutes if it's dengue or not.
Yeah.
And this is not a vaccine we're talking
about.
No,
this isn't a
this
vaccine.
is the tell.
This is like a pregnancy test at home, but for dengue.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is something that's available in ERs, am I correct?
Yes. It is available almost everywhere, but we are one of the first or the only ones giving it for home service.
Yeah.
So we when the epidemic started, we released it at a promo price. So at least we don't want to do anything but just help.
Yes.
So we gave it at a very cheap price with no more home service fee. Just send it out. Just have our flebs there.
Galing. So again, AIDE app. AIDE app, in case you're in the car.
AIDE. So you can download it so you guys know what we're talking about. And, just have it there for emergencies.
Yeah,
diba?
for emergency.
Yeah. By the way, on Facebook, if you guys have any questions about health, about even startup businesses, right? How to do it, you guys can send it in. But want to say hi first to Pearl, who's listening all the way from Taipei. Hey. Hi. And to Christina Peña, who's listening from Canada. And also from Lei Paginto, who's listening all the way from, who says hi to the Paginto family and to... She's listening from Thailand.
Oh, wow. So many people.
And another one, Seth from Canada as well. Wow. All around the world.
Hey, guys.
So, yeah, go ahead and share the Facebook link. It's Magic 89.9, but we are also live on the Mother Show PH on Facebook.
That's right. It's 9:36 on the clock. We have Patrick and Pamela with us from the AIDE app. They're telling us all about how they started, what it's like working with your siblings. And somebody sent in a question through Instagram. I want to say hi to Mommy Kit. Mommy Kit. Her husband as well. He says that Mommy Kit loves listening to the show. But she's bringing their toddlers Leah and Irvin to the clinic today. Both have a fever Patrick, since you're a general practitioner, how do you handle kids with fevers? What's the first thing you do when your kid spikes up?
When the temp goes up?
Yeah.
Of course, self-medication isn't the first way to go, right?
Okay, let's say that again. Self-medication
is not the first
not the first thing.
Do not consult Dr. Google. Do not do
Yes.
I love Dr. Google.
I know, but it's so tempting, diba? Or can red spots of your kids are like, what's that?
Oh my gosh,
Every
please.
time, what's that? Every time I consult Dr. Google, it always leads to like death or
Yes,
something.
exactly.
It's so morbid.
So when you,
Morbid.
especially red spots, there are so many things that Google will tell you. I think the best thing always is just to remain calm, especially during the first day. First day, whatever it is, fever is not gonna do anything to the kid unless it's more than like 40 degrees. So when it becomes more than 39 or 40 degrees, there's a risk of convulsions, what we call febrile convulsions, right? So that's where you start. You want to pull it down. So you could buy, or you always have to have over-the-counter meds with you. This is not self-medication, but you have to have paracetamol or ibuprofen when it goes over 38.5, because ibuprofen can lower it faster than paracetamol.
Okay.
But only at when it goes above 38.5.
Okay.
And then after those times, all you need is just to tepid sponge bath, just to get a wet towel, warm water, and then wipe the face, wipe the armpits. Just wait for it to go down.
Yeah.
It will go down. It's not going to be up there. Just give them the right amount. Always check the baby books. The last, because the measurement for medicines are based on the kid's weight.
Okay.
Yeah.
So even if you look at the back of or the box of the medicine like paracetamol, and then you see 5 ml for a 3-year-old, but your 3-year-old looks like a 6-year-old, like my 3-year-old does.
Yes.
You
she
might
does.
need more than 5 ml. So even if you give 5 ml, it's not going to bring down the fever. So you have to always follow the baby book of your pedia, because when she got her last vaccination, there's a certain ml there or milliliters that the pedia plays in. So that's the closest thing you could go.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
I didn't know
Right?
that.
Because I think pedias will always give paracetamol after vaccine to avoid the fever and for the pain.
Yeah.
So that's the closest estimate you can get for an accurate.
There you go.
And you were
Mommy
talking
kit.
about like convulsions, diba?
Yes.
Like, what do you do when this happens to kids?
That's scary. I have a nephew
Yes.
who is experiencing that, or who experiences that.
When they have fever?
Yeah, when he has a fever.
Yeah.
Kailangan talaga bantayan yun, diba?
Yes. So you have to watch for the temp. So it shouldn't go above 39 or 40. If it does and the convulsions occur, or the best thing is before the convulsions occur, to bring to the ER. So at least there's already someone watching over the kid.
Yeah.
Right? So when convulsions occur, you could actually just bring immediately to the ER. Make sure that the kid has nothing to hurt or nothing, you can't hurt himself. So it's always safety for the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just let it pass, bring them to the ER, and then let the ER handle it. So that's all. So don't
It's
try
so
to
hard, no?
don't try to restrain the just hug the kid, just make sure he doesn't fall off the bed.
Yeah.
Just let it pass, and then I think the number one thing is stay calm.
Stay calm. It's-
Always
yeah.
stay calm.
It's so important to stay calm.
Do kids get loopy also?
They do.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Because when you have convulsions, the thing we check in the ER would be the O2 or the oxygen saturation. There's such a thing as when the O2 goes down because he's not breathing as well. So if it goes down to like less than 95%, there's such a thing as loopiness because there's less oxygen going to the brain.
Okay.
So when they wake up, they're like, oh, and then we check the pulse rate.
Yeah.
We check the O2 sat, and it's like 92. We just give oxygen mask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you brought your kids to the ER, Ricky? Or
No.
not yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Have you?
Not yet.
And kasi
Thank God.
I'm always advised against it because
Yes.
you can
Me
catch a
also.
lot of things in
Yes.
the ER.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, diba, that dengue kit is available in the ER. And sometimes people don't know any better. They'll bring their kids to the ER to get checked. But then you see all around you, especially in public hospitals, diba? It's not a good environment for kids.
Yeah.
Talaga.
Yes. Yes,
right?
You're exposing them to more...
To germs, yeah. They could have nothing. They come out there with something, right? Or several somethings. Saying what's up to Yael, who says, "Hey, Bugayong, I like your getup." He says,
Hi, Yael.
you went to school together?
Yeah,
You and Yael?
and I was with Yael, I think, 2 weeks ago in a wedding too. Hi, Yael. Could you speak now, or are you still voice resting?
He says he enunciates. You like to enunciate daw. So, ang ganda. Galing. Very, very good for radio. Hi, Yael. Thank you for listening. His wife, Kay, as well, listens to the show a lot. Hey,
Kay.
Guys. It's 9:42. We have Patrick and Pamela with us. We have a question. I don't know if it's still here. 6310899, by the way, if you have any questions. Whoa. Magic, hello?
Yes, hi. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Who's this?
This is Nair.
Nair. Kamusta, Nair?
Magandang araw. But
Hi.
actually, masyadong technical when it comes to medical stuff yung yung guest. Pero napatawag ako kasi dun sa dengue kit. Pero ang tanong ko is about the startup. So medyo sisegwayan lang natin ng ibang topic.
About the what? Sorry?
Yung sa startup.
Okay, go.
Kasi I have this wife who turned 15 years basta itong October. And she's actually asking me na kung okay lang ba to resign na. Ngayon, meron siyang startup. Wala namang problema.
Okay.
Pero nasa plan pa lang. Yung fear, kasi average family with 3 kids. Question for Miss Pam and Sir Pat. Did you di ba, nakapajama kayo, nag-meeting kayo, nag-rent kayo ng office, nakwento nyo kanina, did you right away stop working? Nag-start kayo nung sarili nyong business?
Pinag-isipan namin ito ng matagal. And then, nung nag-decide talaga kami, after namin nakausap yung aming mga siguro mentors, no, yung katulad ng sinasabi namin kanina, napaka-important sa amin yung meron kaming mga yung mga experience na tao na kinausap tungkol sa pagtayo ng startup. After namin nakuha yon at after namin mag-survey, mag-validate na gusto pala ito ng mga Filipinos, kailangan ito ng mga Filipinos, doon namin dinesisyon na, iwan yung aming day job and talagang leap of faith na hawak kamay and pray to God it works, no? Talagang mahaba rin naman yung process. Siguro hindi naman 1 taon, but siguro mga 6 months, no? Sa pagkukonsulta sa mga iba-ibang tao, no? At paggawa ng yung katulad ng sinabi namin, we had to validate from the users, no, mga Filipinos, will this will it work?
Got it.
Yeah.
Like it?
So it takes a lot of planning, not just instinct. Kasi
yes.
I believe dun sa parang saying na if you parang kung naniniwala ka, gawin mo kasi wala nang masama. Pero masama pagka nag-fail, di ba?
Oo, syempre.
Magsasuffer dun yung family, yung kids.
Totoo naman. Having a startup or putting up a business, hindi naman talaga madali yan, no? From conceptualizing the idea, from creating your business plan, even pag-secure ng funding, hindi rin madali, no? Na-experience namin yan, but we believe kasi solid yung idea namin.
Yeah.
We have a solid idea, and our mentors were telling us that it's what the Philippines need. We will be able to solve some problems.
Yes.
So, doon lumakas yung loob namin. And we tried it. If it doesn't work, bata pa naman kami, we can always go back to our
That's true.
Diba?
Yeah,
Katulad din sa'yo.
So don't worry about failing there. Failure, we have mentors who failed in almost first 3 startups they made. I think you just have to learn from those failures. Just don't...
Well said.
Right? Going into a startup, you have to be prepared to succeed, but more importantly, be prepared to fail.
To fail, yes. Wisely said. Thank you, Sir Pat. Thank you, Miss Pat.
Thank you also for calling.
Thanks, Nair.
Bye, Mommy.
Bye. It's 9:46 on the clock. Phone is ringing off the hook, man. So many people want to get their health questions in, startup questions in. We have Pat and Pam to answer you. Magic, hello?
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
Hi, this is Nico.
Nico. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Okay, so what can we do for you?
This is my first time to call. So
Cool.
Congratulations.
Every Friday I've been tuning into your show. So
Cool. Thank you.
congratulations. And I'd like to congratulate also to the makers of the app.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nico.
Thank you.
Helpful. I have two questions in mind.
Go ahead.
So, first, paano yung may mga health cards? Do you honor those health
good
cards
question.
that subscribe to the app?
Yeah, so that's a good question, right? So health card, currently we are still in talks with the different insurance companies, HMOs. We're just looking for a good balance. We are our customers is both the patient and the medical professionals, and we wanted a good balance when someone comes into AIDE, that my medical professionals are happy and that our patients are happy as well. So just wait na lang, Nico. We have something coming up by next year.
That's great because I know a lot of employees and even our seniors, right? We have dependents that have subscribed to the health card that are waiting for the to use them on your app.
Yes.
Cool.
And also, meron bang limit yung consultation kung anong klaseng sakit? Let's say, for example, how severe the symptoms or the sickness.
Yes. Everything emergency, or if it's an urgency, we always remind the patient that they should bring the patient, the family member to the ER. But in the app, the only thing you could choose are symptoms such as colds, cough, fever. It's very minimal, the symptoms. So at least for what we call primary care, that's what AIDE wants to do. So instead of you rushing to the ER, exposing yourself, AIDE should be the first, or a doctor should be there to check you up and tell you what's your next move, right?
Yeah.
So primary care first. Thank you, Nico.
Okay. Thanks, Nico.
Thanks so much. I hope you have this app will have their own success on the future.
Yeah.
Salamat.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Nico, for your call. It's 9:49 on the clock.
Okay, this is a question via Facebook naman. This is via Raymond. Sabi niya, I just want to ask about the polio vaccine. I have a 3-year-old daughter. Is it also applicable to her to get the vaccine? I haven't brought her to the nearest clinic to have the vaccine, so she just wants to know.
Yeah, so AIDE just released our first IPVs, which is the vaccine injectables.
Okay.
Again, as a medical professional, I would always revert back to DOH. You could always get it for free in the barangay centers.
Wow,
Yes,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you could bring and then schedule, or you could just go there. They have OPV, which is an oral polio vaccine, right? So, for the current polio epidemic, the DOH released a letter recently that said that everyone below the age of 5, whether or not they have been vaccinated, should get another boost of vaccination. Because anyone below the age of 5 is at a high risk of developing polio since the epidemic is out.
Okay.
So even if, let's say, your kids are vaccinated completely, since OPV and IPV, the two types of polio vaccines, are lifetime immunities, they keep you safe for a lifetime. Adding another booster would just increase your immunity further. So it's not an overdose.
You cannot.
You cannot overdose on polio vaccine.
Okay.
You could only increase your immunity further by protecting yourself further. Then recently for travelers, DOH also released one for travel. Since we have an epidemic in the Philippines, some countries want us to get vaccines.
Yes, I saw
before
this.
traveling to a country.
Yeah.
So again, just to make sure, I think AIDE is releasing a statement too, saying that just be sure that you're the country that you're going to. If they need one, have it done in the Bureau of Immigrations, or if you really want it done at home, we have supply, IPVs. Our doctors can supply it. And you can get a certificate from our doctors, and maybe that's good enough.
That's right. Because we're going to Japan end of the month, and they already asked us to submit from the doctors.
Yes. You need the certificate that you got vaccinated. So I am going to Singapore next week. I think I need another vaccine.
You also.
Yes, so I'm getting an aide to come to the office.
Okay, so any age, but the most needed ones are below 5 for the polio. So even if they're 8 months?
Yeah, well, when you're
asking for a friend.
Or a friend, huh? So when it's 8 months, you're still going through that the schedule, right? What we call the EPS.
So it would depend on the schedule.
Yes. So if you're getting a booster, just follow. If it's after, because if it's 2 years later, there's no more. You're done with all the doses. Yeah. It's nice to have another one.
Okay.
And this is what they call the booster. Is
yes,
it?
It's called the booster. Also, if you're unsure about your vaccination history, which I think all of us are, because when I asked my mom, did I get vaccinated?
I don't know.
I'm sure someone injected you. I just don't know what.
Yes.
So all of my friends texted me yesterday. My mom answered the same thing. I need the IV.
Yeah, what is that? And none of us have our baby books anymore, right?
None of us have our baby books.
None of us have our baby books.
Yes. So I just know I got vaccinated with something.
Something. Yeah. Or maybe your mom's confused. She doesn't know which one of you got vaccinated.
Exactly, right? So
mommy brain na yan.
You polio, you chickenpox, and you flu.
I split it between the four of you.
We've been having a discussion off air real quick about that polio vaccine.
Yeah.
Everybody, if you leave the country,
everybody has to get it.
No matter what age you are.
And I think you have to have a certificate from your doctor.
You have to be able to prove it that you've had a vaccine.
Yes.
With pictures and videos. No, just kidding.
Everyone.
Actually, Queenie said,
go ahead.
Since most of us are unsure if we have been specifically polio vaccinated, because our moms couldn't remember, we don't have the baby book na, diba? I think it's best to get another dose.
Yeah.
By the way, how much does the vaccine cost for adults?
Okay, so the IPV... Currently, depending on your location, we can give it as low as 1,000 pesos with the administration fee. But if that's for a party, if 10 of your family members want to get
party.
it. Yeah, so it's not a new thing. I think this Sunday I am going to polio party.
Are you serious?
Everyone's going to this one house. They called me and said,
I think you should
all
call
of
it
my
that
friends,
on the app.
Yeah, right. So
polio
they book for 12.
Okay.
And then our doctor's gonna come in, and then they'll use one vial for everyone.
Okay lang yun.
So that's a lot cheaper. Because the vial can handle 10 patients.
Okay.
So if you're just one person from far away, it can go as high as 2,000 because the doctor has to travel.
Yeah.
Administration fee, and then the vial.
Yeah.
So, for example, people want to get the vaccine and the vial for 10 people. How much would that cost? How much cheaper?
That's gonna be... I guess administration fee, adds correctly if I'm wrong. It could be as low as 500, as high as 700, 800. So that's around 900 pesos because it's 200 pesos per injection.
Oh.
So it's a nice, because of course the doctor needs a little administration fee. Right?
Yeah.
So that's good enough. If you want to plan, again, polio party, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, because for example, you can go to a household and use that vial for basically the whole household.
Yeah. Because if it's like me and my entire family traveling, that's 3 families plus a lola. That's a lot, right?
Yeah, and you can get your helpers to come in as well.
Yes.
So
polio party.
Polio party.
Have it up on the app.
Please don't quote me. Don't quote me. You want to start messaging polio party.
10:03. Somebody messaged on Instagram. Hi, I'm watching with my daughter Chin Chin, who's not feeling well. I'm very happy to know about this app. Do they have limitations on the area that they cover? Like, are there services available in the Laguna area?
Yes, Laguna area we can cover. It depends on the service. Like for doctors, we have a limited number of doctors. But we can service. It depends where in Laguna.
Where? So I guess you just have to try, right?
Yeah.
If anyone comes up.
So when you book on the app, it's like you asking for a quote or looking for one. So you just put your address and then your schedule, and then all of our doctors or all of our medical professionals will now put a price quote. And then you could pick the best doctor for you. So you'll see the experience. You'll see the name, the specialization. And then if you find the best price point for you and the best professional for you, you click and then confirm.
Nice.
I like that.
Thank you.
Over Facebook naman, somebody, Arnell is asking, can you tell us more about the DNA kit mentioned earlier?
Oh, okay.
So, with the DNA, with just with your saliva sample, your genes will be able to tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
Like what Dr. Patrick mentioned, it will tell you about your response to certain drugs. It will also tell you certain risk, cancer or disease risk, and as well as the perfect diet for you.
Yeah.
So it's just going to take about 10 minutes for our med technician to get that saliva, and then we transport that to Hong Kong. Like everything will be through the app, and after around 18 working days, the results will be available to the patient.
You could check our website for more information.
Okay.
So it's a lot more detailed there. There are 4 kits. Our basic kit, which is the Vital Kit, it's around 8,000 pesos. It tells you your diet, the foods you have to avoid, how to maintain your health, so you know if you have to weight lift, if that's better for you, or if running is better for you. If carbohydrates are better for you than fat, or if fat's better for you than protein, it will tell you all that. The fun part about the Vital is that it actually tells you also your ancestry. So it tells you if you're 10% Filipino and then 90%.
Oh my goodness.
Interesting. Okay.
French. I think
Argentinian.
I'm pretty sure I'm 100% Filipino. But that's why I'm going to take it. Maybe I have like 5%.
Oh, diba?
Yeah.
Spanish.
So so that's basically it. I mean, it's nice, but I would always say that when people ask, the DNA kit, it goes for the hereditary index rather than a lab test which tells you your current index.
Yes.
So it's not going to tell you that you have cancer now or you're this disease now. It tells you your a possibility of getting this based on your genes. So let's say for breast cancer, it will tell you that this gene for breast cancer, you have a medium possibility for getting it. It's already there, but to get breast cancer, you have that medium possibility. It tells you if it's 60, if it's 80%.
Yeah.
This is useful knowledge to have, no? Especially
Yes.
like
it's for
in
prevention
the middle of your life.
also.
Yeah.
So I was scared at first, but it's dawning on me that I need it. At my age, I'm thinking like, I think I really want to know what my genes are going to tell me.
Is that a culture thing? Do you think Filipinos, they don't want to know?
Yes,
they're okay not knowing.
Yes, we get a lot of inquiries, and some of the comments are, they're not sure if they want to do it because they're afraid to know.
Yes.
But as we always say, prevention is better than cure. So if let's say I have a big chance of getting this certain kind of cancer or disease, then maybe I should change my diet plan.
Yeah. Or you should do your lab test earlier, screening tests. It tells you like if I have an 80% chance of getting colon cancer, then that means I need a colonoscopy today. Right? And then the next few years I'm going to start doing it. It changes you how you act and how you live your life now. But again, this is just going to tell you your hereditary chances. It's a great way to prevent.
Yeah.
But taking the lab test as well would tell you your current status.
Yeah.
And when you also get the results, you are given a complimentary 30-minute you can have a discussion with a genetic coach or a health coach so that you're not, unsure of what the results are. Somebody can explain it to you.
So they go to your house as well?
They do it via video call.
Kala ko naman yun. Go to your house. So
Video call.
It's a doctor from Singapore. So
okay.
So he does a Skype call. You just have to book the appointment through the app.
Okay. Very interesting.
I know. So interesting. It's 10:08. My friend Ivory, who makes the best cookies and cakes for Cookie Bar Manila, is listening. She goes, I'm listening to you now. She's going to Japan next month, and she didn't know the requirements about the polio vaccine. So this is a statement already issued by the DOH.
Yesterday.
That no matter what age... Yesterday. Mm-hmm. That no matter what age you are, if you're traveling to another country, because the Philippines has been declared... what is the declaration? There's another polio outbreak.
Polio outbreak.
As soon as you're coming from a country with a polio outbreak, you have to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
Where do they check that?
I'm not sure, but you could go to the DOH website. Pretty sure the statement is there. It's for both travelers going outside of the Philippines and going into the Philippines. So if you're a Filipino traveling to another country, the best thing is I talked to our legal department. They did say that not all countries require this.
It's a requirement. So maybe when you book a ticket, maybe you have to check.
Yeah, I guess when you get there, that's the worst part, right? So if you're in like a European country and suddenly
imagine being denied entry.
Oh, exactly.
Because of your
So again, the best thing to do, what we did is we called the Bureau of Immigration to ask about it, and then you could go to the Bureau of Quarantine to get an injection.
Nice.
So again, also if you don't want to go there, you could always book on AIDE.
Yeah.
So we can go to you.
That's the beauty of this app. They can go to you. It's 10:10 on the clock. Again, any questions that you might have, 6310899 for our guests. We have Patrick and Pamela, both from AIDE. Okay, this is a good question.
Okay, go.
Are patients screened for security reasons?
For both the medical professional and the patient is screened. The screening process of the patient goes through their account. It goes through the address as well, and then the number. So we don't send a medical professional. We always say, if there is something that's iffy, or if the screening doesn't give us an accurate reading, we don't send our medical professional. We contact the patient, get more information.
You contact them.
So that's why AIDE Pam has a team of medical coordinators. They do the more of the nitty-gritty before the medical professional arrives. They want to get to know the patient more.
That's so smart.
Yeah. So because we're both protecting the medical professionals and the patients as well.
Yeah.
And this is what I wanted to bring up kanina when Nico called, and he was like, how about cards, health cards? You take that into consideration. But because you have a medical professional in your team, in the AIDE app team, and you, Patrick, you're also looking out for the doctors. And it's not just, helping people get better. It's also making sure that these doctors are
safe.
Safe. That's right. Galing!
Galing. So, how about the doctors or the practitioners that actually want to be part of AIDE?
Have you had that?
Yeah.
Yes.
People... Okay.
There's a rigorous screening process for the medical professionals. We, of course, have to validate all their license from the PRC and, even require them to submit an NBI or a police clearance. And, of course, the most important thing is the medical clearance.
Yeah.
We don't want, a nurse checking or a caregiver with our newborn and only to find out she is
that's
sick.
scary.
So, we require them to undergo and submit a medical clearance. So there's also a screening process.
Also for medical professionals, if you want to join or if you want to register, the first step is just to go to the website and just put in your details, and our med reps can contact you and then go through the process with you, guide you through the process of joining AIDE. So from doctors, PTs, medtechs, nurses, midwives, caregivers, you are all welcome to register. And then we can just vet and then guide you through the joining AIDE. So we're here to give work to our medical professionals as well.
To give aid.
Yes, to give aid to patients and medical professionals.
That's awesome.
Beautiful. Right? It's 10:13. Before we let you go, what's coming up for AIDE? What are you guys looking at? Future plans?
Yeah, so we are trying to tap the Cebu market. We are already in contact with Cebu. We want to bring AIDE there as well as other cities in the Philippines. What else, Ats? Do you wanna?
We would like to share a promo code to all of the listeners and followers of Magic 89.9. So if they book through the app, any lab services, any laboratory service, or any doctor visit, they can just input the AIDE Magic 200, and they can avail of a 200 peso off.
Lab packages.
For our lab packages.
You should try the life score so you can know your chronic disease risk also for the next 10 years. Stroke, diabetes.
So again, this is for all the Magic listeners?
Everyone who has this code, it is in the app.
Magic?
AIDE Magic 200.
AIDE Magic 200.
AIDE Magic 200.
I want to do the polio party though.
The funniest thing, my wife, the doctor texted me.
Yeah.
Do not call it a polio party.
Okay.
It's a polio vaccine party.
Okay.
So I'm like, thank you,
That's
Shaina,
true.
for
Makes
reminding
sense,
me.
yes.
It's like, come on, polio.
But I mean, if you're basing it on the way it rolls off the tongue.
It's better to
It
hear,
sounds
right?
better.
Exactly. Sorry, Shaina. Ricky has spoken. Polio party.
10:14 is the time. Thank you so much. Before you go, do you want to invite everybody to come check out the AIDE app? Invite all of our listeners if they're feeling anything or if there are any medical professionals that want to get in touch. Go ahead.
Yes. I hope everybody can check out the app. Download. It's free. It's AIDE. We are here to redefine the way healthcare is being delivered, and we want to just bring convenience and accessibility to not just the mothers, but to everyone out there. So please download the AIDE app.
Yeah, sorry, just a correction. It's AIDE MGC 200, so Magic 200. That's the code. AIDE AIDE MGC 200.
Okay. AI. You know what? We're going to
share that.
It.
Yeah,
we'll
share that.
We'll share it too from our end.
Yeah, galing.
Okay.
Thanks,
And
guys.
By the way, when it comes to booking, everything is done through the app, right? So you can pay via credit card.
Yes, credit card, GCash, and then let's say labs, you get your results on the app too on the same day if it's for the next day.
So may record, parang may record ka na din.
If you book a doctor, you get your assessment, your medical record also on the app.
On the
so
app.
You can check. And then you could ask for an interpretation for free for your lab results.
You can.
Yes, at least you don't have to look at the numbers and try to figure out if you have a bacterial infection or not. You could click a button, ask for interpretation for free.
Yeah.
And then a doctor will interpret it for you.
Are you the one who interprets it?
That's a secret.
Okay, hi.
Okay, request for him.
No wonder it's free.
6310899 Magic. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Who's this?
This is Paulo.
Paulo.
No,
hi.
That's my brother.
Paulo, you're the last caller. What's your question?
Okay, perfect. I actually just heard about you guys just now. I just started driving. I was listening to radio, and apparently this is it's actually a good app. I live in Antipolo, so I was wondering if you guys also service those locations, like not in Metro Manila.
Yes, we do,
Paulo. And of course, I have a question off air if that's possible as well.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll take that. Take that. Okay, Paulo, stay on the line, okay? But you do service to Antipolo.
Yes.
That we can answer for you now. Okay, Paulo, stay on the line. We will talk to you off air. It's 10:17. Thank you again, Patrick.
Thanks for having us. It was fun.
Thank you so much. And congratulations, 3 years. Many more to come for the AIDE app.
So excited for you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
And thank you as well for giving our listeners the promo code. Again, it's AIDE MGC 200 if you guys want to get 200 off on those labs.
We've got that mommy magic. The Mother Show on Magic 89.9.